All right, so we're gonna get into the basketball stuff. So, so you went AAU. You came. It's your boy AAU.
Yeah, we played together.
Kings.
Yeah, we played together.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, what's my son's name?
Who that?
Was it
A1? My boy. Shout out to A1. Facts.
With Harlem Kings, right?
Right. Shout out my boy. Shout out my boy Drew.
So,
Andrew. Facts.
Yeah, shout out to my son Andrew, my son A, man.
A1 Lifestyle. It's my son Brand. Shout out to A1.
So he told you to come aboard.
Mm-hmm.
Was this is this your first AAU team? Like, is this your first?
Yeah, I think so.
How deep into basketball were you at this point? And then how do you think your experience was personally?
Mm-hmm. At that point, I think I was just playing like just getting started as far as like playing, like getting on the circuit of playing for your school.
Yeah.
You know, in that circuit, I didn't have no other access outside of just playing for a school basketball team.
Yeah.
So when I got that opportunity, it was like a whole another dimension of basketball, like to where they start traveling, and you know, so it was dope. Like for me, it was more so of like the opportunity just to grow within the game, because now you know you playing all different type of tournaments and you traveling the world. So I'm not even used to that, you know, as far as like what I had going on. So, but my experience was dope with that. Like, we went to Atlanta, right? We went to Peace Jam. We did a lot. So traveling. Like stuff like that, and there's people that died of playing Peace Jam. You know what I mean? In front of all them coaches. You know what I mean? I done had I think it was a Memphis coach at that time jump out of the seat. I thought I was about to go to Memphis. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it put me in that realm of just possibilities of what could happen. But AAU was one of the best things I feel like I invested into, you know, at that time. Given the opportunity, I took advantage of it. You know, just giving you that experience as a young kid, where it's almost like a secured experience, but it's a different world at the same time, you know?
But so I think you came like, we was like 8th grade, right?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I remember you came. I ain't gonna lie, my son, it was like 8th grade. You came first game, you went crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
I had a lot of threes that game.
Yeah, started bugging. My son had like 5, 6.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, now who this?
That's crazy, because that's the exact memory I got from.
Who homie? You know? Like, where you come from?
That's the exact memory,
he just
bro.
pull up to start.
That's crazy, bro.
I'm like,
that's my exact memory, bro. Yeah. Now my pops was there, so that's probably why I had a little. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, pops there, got turned up. We invested into something new, so but the AAU circuit was one of the best things that I did as far as my career. You know, to help me get to where I went.
Was that your first AAU team? Is this like your first like traveling team?
Yeah, like first and only. I only played. That was it.
Oh yeah,
that was it. I barely played with anybody else.
Wow.
If I did, it probably was maybe a tournament, but if that, I barely played with anybody else. That's why for me it was really one of those like a life changing moment.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that was like 8th grade. We keep going into AAU. But then, so that was 8th grade. So next year we going to high school, right? You say you went to high school of leadership and public service.
Yeah, not even known for basketball. Like that whole transition for me was like everything was new. So I don't know if everybody can relate. So you know, you get the book, you gotta pick your schools you're going to. I didn't know what I didn't know nothing.
It's a long list of just
like, come on. So like that was something that I went through, and at that moment, like I didn't really my pops was around as far as playing basketball, but when things start picking schools and all that, I don't feel like we had enough knowledge behind where was the right school to go to just for basketball, and let alone, you know, we don't think academics for real, but as you should. But when it comes to like the programs, I didn't know what was the, you know what I mean? Like all I knew at that time was just Lincoln and Boys and Girls. I live in the Bronx. I'm not going to school in Brooklyn. So I think I just got picked to that school by default. I ain't gonna lie. And at that point when September came, I had to start school. So
So you said you talking about the book. I remember that it's like a long list of books.
Yeah, you gotta pick schools.
Yeah, you just like.
And I thought it go by where you live at and stuff like that. So it's like so that's what I'm saying. But then that's when you realize a lot of people was picked into the program. Where it's like, yo, come play for us. It's gonna work out. And if you don't know that, then you're just gonna be somebody just.
So you like me. You like the knowledge of what's a good basketball school, what's a good academic school, it's all boys, if it's this, if it's that, they get exposure. Do they this camp, but they connected to this AAU team? So you ain't.
I ain't know nothing.
You ain't know nothing.
I
right?
ain't know not one thing, bro.
Yeah,
so I just went to that school. You know, when I started, I mentioned earlier my freshman year, I didn't even play basketball. I didn't want to play basketball because I was trying to focus on grades. Like, I just knew the distraction that came with, you know, being good at playing basketball. And not to sound cocky, but that's all that was. But my freshman year, I didn't even play my freshman year. My sophomore year is when I really started pursuing the game, and things started changing from there on. Like my junior year was when I really started understanding my game and my abilities. And then by the time my sophomore year, I was like one of the best players by scoring, you know, amount averages. Where Tippy reached out to me. Shout out to Tippy too. He reached out to me and, you know, he gave me an opportunity to come in and work on my game, and you know, that kind of led on to the next.
Wait, so how did you meet Tippy? Did somebody introduce you to him? Did he just see you just playing?
Tippy wrote me on Facebook.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he wrote me on Facebook.
He wrote you out of nowhere, like.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was a real person or not. Like, he told me I'd come to Jamaica, Queens to work out in the YMCA is where the gym is at. You know, that's pretty much the headquarters. And I used to travel from Castle Hill all the way to Jamaica Y, 6 in the morning, waking up just to go work out.
Yeah, and they work out since early.
Yeah, it's early, 8 in the morning. So I'm leaving my crib, I'm leaving Castle Hill in the Bronx on the 6 line to get to Jamaica. I believe that's the E and the J, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And that was the sacrifice behind, you know, pursuing what I really wanted to do. But Tippy will tell yourself, I was really making that commute. And that helped me. By the time I got with him, I averaged how much I wanted to average. I couldn't even go left. So, you know what I mean? He helped me really break myself down as far as being uncomfortable with what I had going on, what I need to work on and shit like that. So shout out to Tippy, man.
That's great. That's a testament to just seeing how dedicated you was to want to get better, work on your game.
Man, I had nothing else to do, bro. Like, it was just playing NBA 2K with Iverson on the cover on the Dreamcast. Or go work out, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because most people they not making that commute. If it's not down the block, if it's not 15-minute, 10-minute.
I had no other gym, I had no other connection, honestly, other than Tippy. So if I didn't take that opportunity, I probably wouldn't be here right now in front of this camera, to be honest.
So you just try to take advantage of the little connection.
Yeah, opportunities. You never know what works for you.
That's what's up, man.
You gotta know what you're doing.
Shout out to Tippy, man.
Yeah, big shout out to Tippy.
Yeah, he put on for a lot of people. He helped out a lot of people in they
early career work.
He's
still doing it.
Still to this day.
He's still helping me to this day.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm pursuing a whole different aspect of being a player. So Tippy really like the godfather of basketball almost. You can say that.
We definitely got to interview Tippy, man.
We'll get that going.
We're gonna talk more about that later. You know what I'm saying?